Alabama offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian as the new head coach at the University of Texas following Saturday's rapid-fire bevy of announcements after the Longhorns moved on from fourth-year coach Tom Herman. Sarkisian said in a press conference a few hours after reports circulated he had accepted the job with the Longhorns that his intention was to stay with Alabama through the national championship game on January 11. Sarkisian's offense with the Crimson Tide has shattered program records this season and he hopes to keep it going for one more game against unbeaten Ohio State. "I made a commitment to Coach Saban and these players to see that through in the championship game," Sarkisian said, via al.com, and then directly after that, "I'll be in Austin." In his second season as Alabama's play caller, Sarkisian is overseeing a Crimson Tide attack that was averaging 49.7 points and 543.9 yards per game heading into Friday's playoff win over Notre Dame, both marks that are tops in the FBS ranks, per BamaOnline. Alabama's streak of scoring 35 or more points ended at 24 straight games versus the Irish, which was the longest streak in major college football history. His offense has produced two Heisman finalists this season in quarterback Mac Jones and wideout DeVonta Smith, the app's National Player of the Year. Sarkisian on Saturday thanked Alabama coach Nick Saban for giving him an opportunity on his staff. "I think now, having spent some time in the National Football League and having spent obviously the last 2 years with Coach Saban here in Alabama, you realize the value in the staff and why you hire such a good staff is to put people in place to do what you're asking them to do, what they're hired to do," Sarkisian said. "And in turn, I think that takes some of the burden off of your shoulders as the head coach and allows you to manage people and not overreact to some of the other things that are going on and allow those people to do what they do." At Texas, Sarkisian will inherit a young nucleus of talent offensively, led by five-star freshman tailback Bijan Robinson. This will mark Sarkisian's third Power 5 head coaching job following previous stints at Washington and USC. The Longhorns severed ties with Herman on Saturday after evaluating the totality of the season, per athletic director Chris Del Conte. "Decisions like this are very, very difficult and certainly not something I take lightly," Del Conte wrote in his